Listen, I am so excited for this podcast. I think it's going to be great for the area of Greenville and the Upstate. It's going to be a great platform for local artists and venues to promote themselves. Yeah, this is going to be sick.
Oh, shit. Welcome to the Upstate Music Mine Podcast. I'm Ryan Stearns. That is Jonathan Williman. Say hello. That audio might not be splendid, sublime, fantastic at the moment, but we're going to get that situated here in the near future.
Just use a fucking microphone.
Work in progress, just like we all are. Goodness gracious. All right. So basically with the first episode, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown, kind of what we're going to do on this show. Generally speaking, just a brief overview, 30,000 foot look. You know, we're going to be showcasing local original talent, music talent in the Upstate, and the venues that support them. And we're going to play their live original music on every show. We'll have an artist every single week that we spotlight, as well as a featured venue. Every week we'll have a little bit of open discussion on a variety of topics, different genres of music, have certain interviews with individuals or call-ins, and we'll talk about different things that kind of come up in the music business, and I'll probably edit that part out, Johnny. And then also, we're going to discuss the music scene and kind of different events and vendors and things that are going on that aren't just specific show dates, different resources and tips for up-and-coming musicians to help them get their name out there, get their stuff produced, you know, what kind of gear, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And that would lead us into the Artist Connections segment, where we basically link up a bunch of people who are looking to form a group, you know, vocalists, bassists, guitarists, drummers, DJs, whatever. If you're trying to link up with someone, you can just drop us your name and what you play and what you're looking to do and who you're looking to collaborate with and genre and all that good stuff.
You know, that kind of sounds like Craigslist for musicians.
I was gonna say Craigslist for musicians, and that's an accurate way to say it, but I think people think of dirt jobs or something whenever you say Craigslist. You always bring gloves. Anyway,
it's kind of like that time we found that bass player off of Craigslist, and man, he gave some dirty money.
Oh yes. Now, so half of that story is true. Obviously, it's the job part. I'm just kidding. No, it's the bassist. We did get a bassist off Craigslist one time. I'm not going to say his name, Johnny.
Yeah, you know, let's not. I mean, I don't.
But we could say
jobs or anything.
We could say his nickname by a drummer.
Oh yeah, what was it?
Shitlocks.
Oh, Shitlocks. You know, I really hope he's not listening right now.
We need to get all right. We have to get our buddy Andrew Styles on the podcast at some point.
Miles from Miles, absolutely.
He was the drummer in our old band, The Will. We'll obviously be talking about different experiences we've had in the music business, because we both are actually doing our own kind of solo stuff and collaborative efforts here soon, as kind of a second rebirth of our musical careers here, and kind of helped us reconnect. But
damn, you know, in a way, it's kind of like, you know, we're like pro athletes that have passed their prime and maybe a little washed up, and now we're just like commentators on ESPN or something. You
know, yes, Johnny thinks we're not in our prime, but I am the eternal optimist. I think we're on the brink of our prime. So, and then, you know, we'll kind of, after the Artist Connection segment, we'll kind of do a recap of the show and tell about some national acts maybe playing locally at Bon Secours or, you know, one of the venues around here, whittle it down to regional acts, maybe highlight a couple things like near the Orange Peel or like Asheville or surrounding cities that are closer as a general scope of the music scene in the Southeast region. But then we'll, of course, highlight the local artists there at the end and promote them primarily. So we just passed the 5-minute mark. Is there anything else you want to add, Johnny, before we get into it?
Yeah, man, I am really excited about this. You know, Greenville has grown so much the past few years, and there's just all kinds of new restaurants and venues and different places for artists to play. And I think that's really bringing some new artists out, you know, from Charlotte, from Asheville, from maybe down at the beach now, Charleston. It seems like there's a new brewery every week. I always go to this brewery out in Piedmont.
It's where my folks live. Sorry, go ahead.
That's right. Yeah, it's but the place is called Golden Grove Farm and Brew, And I just know, I've been going there over the past year or so, and I've seen a lot of really cool artists and gotten to hang out with them and talk to them. So I want to bring more venues that are kind of like that to light that maybe people don't know about. It's going to be really cool. Same thing with artists, new artists that local artists that you might not have heard about. So I think this is going to be really awesome.
That's what we kind of were saying, man. It's like, it's cool that we're seeing more places to showcase music, but there still is a void of the not the desire or like the momentum of the local music scene. But I mean, I feel like there's talent, just unearthed talent that's been hidden for so long around here that once we start helping each other build the scene, maybe it'll bring more people out to remember what fucking good live music feels like again. I mean, that's some of the best cities in the world are what they are because of their entertainment, and live music is a big part of that, of course. I mean, Greenville has all the capabilities, and I hope we can add a little to that,
Yeah, and I'll tell you, even preparing for this podcast is going to help me to discover new artists and some new venues that I'm going to have to go check out. Maybe some of the breweries, man. Try some different craft beers, listen to some tunes. So I'm really excited about that.
We're going to kind of dive in.
Yeah, totally. We have a great first episode for you. We're going to be talking to Dr. Luvbeatz.
Dr. Luvbeatz.
Who is going to be talking to us about a couple of projects he's got going on, including his debut solo album, which I promise you guys are going to want to check that out. Also, we're going to be talking to Matt Kschinka, who is the owner of a local venue, Jack N Diane's, local to Greenville. So yeah, he's going to be talking to us about some of the cool stuff he's got going on there.
Well, first of all, before we get into like the actual show here, I want to discuss even the comedy scene, because I think that comedy and music I think there are a lot of connections. I don't know if people really talk about that a lot, but Jonathan, I'm a goofy son of a bitch, and
indeed,
that's that's kind of my explanation for how.
So, does this mean you're going to be trying your hand at some stand-up, dude?
I mean, there are some places to do stand-up, and we can talk about those because, like, I mean, hey, give me enough beers, man. Talk me into it one night. Yeah, fuck it, because I love my Asian jokes. I'm half Korean, and that's like an untapped resource. Not a lot of people can get away with telling this.
Well, that just means your jokes are half funny.
Normally, it can be pretty funny, so I doubt I've said anything funny so far, but just you got to warm up to me, and I gotta get used to doing it over a mic.
That's what she said.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it, and let's get Dr. Luvbeatz on the phone. Ryan McCarthy, aka Dr. Luvbeatz. Let's have a chat. His name is Ryan McCarthy. He goes by Dr. Luvbeatz.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thank y'all for having me on. I'm excited for this new podcast.
Hey, man, we figured there's nothing that I know of, at least, that kind of is on this specific topic, and something that is in dire need, I feel like, in the art, just in general arts in the area. I mean, of course, our passion is music specifically, but I think there's more showcases for like art galleries and different kind of theatrical things, but I still have yet to see a big climb in the local original music scene. So that's the ultimate goal, to kind of help get the ball rolling.
Dude, I think it's a great idea. I'm glad y'all are doing it, because I was literally thinking, like, I just, like, during the pandemic, I got into podcasts, like I'm sure a lot of people, and I was wanting to hear about my local music scene, what's going on with me, what's going on with my friends. I want to hear about that stuff.
Right, and man, like, I ran into you the other day at work, and I bartended over there at Local Q, and I ran into Ryan there. Ryan Christopher. We're both Ryan Christophers. I found that out because I scanned his credit card, and I was like, Ryan, see, I was like, hey, man. I was like, what's your middle name, bro? Shut the fuck up. All right. Anyway, so that's where he told me that he was releasing his own solo album, and I was like, wow, man, that's crazy, because I'm working on my own one, and we were just discussing, because we were both in former bands, and I'll let him get into that a little bit, and we were just discussing kind of how, like, it's awesome that we're seeing maybe a rebirth of the scene, and we'd like to add to it here. So you were the first person I kind of thought of right away when we got this thing up and rolling, and I'm glad you could be the first featured artist on there.
Dude, I'm so excited to be, and honored to be the first debut artist on this podcast here.
There are no Ryan Christopher biases. I mean, to be fair,
I think that you probably did have a little bias, Ryan Christopher.
Yeah, Jonathan might have a point. I mean, yes, I did favor you slightly, and to be fair, if there was ever another Ryan Christopher in the area that's a musician, yeah, I'm getting his ass on. Anyway.
Shout out to every Ryan Christopher out there. I will always go ahead and throw out there, we can start a band and call it like RC Cola or something.
Oh, Mike, you read my fucking mind, bro.
RC's Unite.
Well, I gotta change my fucking name to Ryan Christopher so I can be in your band.
You know, we want authentic Ryan Christophers. Like, no offense, brother. It's all about the honesty and purity of this music, and the Johnny Keys still suits you way better, so.
Yeah, that's true. How could I change my name?
But so let's get into it a little bit here. First of all, Dr. Luvbeatz. That's Luvbeatz, right?
That's correct. Y'all can call me Beats for short. Everybody just calls me Beats around town.
Okay. Well,
we don't have to be formal with the doctor.
Oh, no. I don't even. We'll get into where you got your degree in the medical university, all that good stuff. But it's about the music first. So I know I'm rambling a lot, so I'll let Johnny kind of ask you some questions too. But if you want to kind of give us a little brief background on how you became Dr. Luvbeatz, maybe kind of go into your previous experience in different bands a little bit, and then your new album that you're releasing.
So my new album is called, my debut album is called Beats 33. I turned 33 this year in March. So on my birthday weekend, I went down to Charleston to record at Anchor and Pine Studio with a lifelong friend named Brian Jarvis. He's got a successful band down there called the Midnight City.
Is he a bassist?
He's a guitar player, singer.
Okay, I feel like I know that name.
Brian Jarvis, yeah, they're really successful down in Charles, full-time musician down there. This album's called Beats 33. I'm 33 years old, and it really took 33 years to make this album. There's bits and pieces that I'm grabbing from when my middle school, high school days of playing to some of the first bands I was in, to Lions of Zion, to LOZ, and kind of where I'm at to bring us up to where we're at today. And so this first song I got is called Lazy Days. Lazy, Lazydaze, heavy on the Z's. It's straight up about your Sunday afternoon. You're sitting at the house doing nothing, but you just playing video games, you streaming, you chilling. It's just straight up.
Shit, chilling, bro. I got a little track I'm about to drop in the background. Sorry, keep going.
Oh yeah, and this song was written by John Durham, Fozzie J, both those guys from LOZ, and then Joel Chinloy from the Midnight City. He's the bass player in the Midnight City.
Oh, wait. Okay, Midnight City. I think they used to play on the Wild Wing circuit like we all used to back in the day.
Definitely on the wing circuit, heavy.
Nice. Okay, I remember those guys.
So they all, like...
And you said John Bonham. I mean, that's crazy. I'm just kidding.
Bonham! But, yeah, John Durham wrote this track with this, like, 90s hip-hop feeling and vibe, like that was the vibe. And then he sent the track, all the music, to Fozzie J and told him to set up. Fozzie just took it far and beyond whatever John thought he could do, like visioning with it, and really turned out to have a killer track. And it turned out incredible. Joel kind of added the Nate Dogg kind of feel to it. So this is like the first single off the album.
I love these lazy days, and I was gonna smoke it all anyways. It's crazy, I can barely see the smoke for all the haze, but I feel amazing. So, I love these lazy days, and I was gonna smoke it all anyways. It's crazy, I can barely see the smoke for all the haze, but I feel amazing. So, let's ride, let's roll, let's blow. Good bud is all I know. Hey, let's ride, let's roll, let's blow. Put it up in the air one time, let's roll. And if I had my way, instead of Friday, every single day would be a high day. I'm probably inside hiding and stuck to the couch like a house to its siding, or like a book to its binding. Then out of the blue, here comes Hootie Hoo, great timing. With so many strains for the lighting, now I'm so high I've lost my mind without minding. I love these lazy days, and I was gonna smoke it all anyways. It's crazy, I can barely see the smoke for all the haze, but I feel amazing. So, I love these lazy days, and I was gonna smoke it all anyways. It's crazy, I can barely see the smoke for all the haze, but I feel amazing. So, let's ride, let's roll, let's blow. Whoa. Good bud is all I know. Hey, yeah. Let's ride, let's roll, let's blow. Put it up in the air one time, let's roll. Well, oops, my beat, I smoked up all the tree. So much you can smell it floating on the breeze. It pleases me to see the green. Roll it in a BLT, a 2 or 3 so easily. And I love the way it teases, I bring it to your knees, well, Jesus. And now I'm praying to the but God that his shipping never comes hot, nah, or in pieces. I love these lazy days, and I was gonna smoke it all anyways. It's crazy, I can barely see the smoke for all the haze, but I feel amazing. I love these lazy days, and I was gonna smoke it all anyways. You know it's crazy, I can barely see the smoke for all the haze, but I feel amazing.
See, when I knew we were going to have you on, I was kind of expecting it to have some Ryan and Zion kind of reggae feel, but that is like really 90s.
It does have the Lion vibe just because Bobby J's doing the vocal. It doesn't really have any reggae. It doesn't sound like any other Lions track, which is another reason that I wanted to put it on my album, is because it doesn't sound like Lions of Zion, doesn't sound like LOZ, but it was written by those same guys.
Something that I want to emphasize too through this is collaboration. You know, I think that's going to be a good way to get the scene built up. We all support each other and less of a competition. You know, I think you guys did all those battle the band shit that we used to do back in the day, and like, yeah, it was healthy competition, but some of it, like that Guerrilla Productions, was a complete bullshit scam. Like, do you remember that, Ryan? Did y'all do that?
100%, bro. The whole point of that is designed you to break down each other's bands instead of build each other up, while somebody, a third party, makes money. I
think if you do it the right way and it helps the artists themselves, that's a healthy way to do it. But generally, with the way the music is in today's world, social media and these podcasts and stuff like that, that's how we get most music out these days, and kind of get our names out there.
Yeah, the music scene and game is ever changing. It's constantly shifting. Like, if you would have told us, like, when the Will and Lions of Zion was going on, that, dude, people aren't going to buy CDs anymore, like, I wouldn't have believed you at a certain point.
Yeah, I think too, with the pandemic that we've just kind of gotten over the hump of, it's really opened up social media as a huge platform for artists. I know there was several different Facebook groups and different things, Instagram lives and TikToks and everything, where bands and artists could really get their music out there. So I think it is evolving, but I think it's going to be really cool to kind of see. It's going to be easier for artists to kind of get their name out there.
All right, well, let's go ahead and dive into the second song, Ryan.
It's one of my favorite songs on the album. I'm really happy with it.
So here is Double G, correct? That's how we say it? Like
Double G.
Double G, like the biggest set of on earth.
Boom, boom.
This song is just as beautiful. Here you go.
This is George. It's like, I call it Double G by Dr. Luvbeatz. Ryan, this is George. What's happening, brother? Nice dress. Ryan, this is George. How you doing, buddy? Just want to stay in touch. Nice dress. How was your weekend, Ryan? This is George. Mine was there in the middle. But anyway, give me a call anytime you wish. I'm home. Nice dress. Ryan, this is George. Just call and say howdy. How you doing? You know, like good shit, man. So, I guess I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Naughty drip, brother. Ryan, what's happening, brother? Naughty drip. Hey Ryan, I hope you're doing alright. I guess you probably are, huh? Just called up and say howdy and 90 drip. Hey Ryan, this is George. Just letting you know I called you.
All right, that was Double G by Dr. Luvbeatz. I enjoyed that track. Johnny, I don't know what you think. I'm sure you dug it too. It was definitely different than the first one as well. So that was refreshing to hear. We like the mix up of different sounds and different genres. Johnny, do you want to ask him any questions about specific release date officially or anything kind of concerning his album or anything open, general topic?
Yeah, for sure. Just kind of wanting to know exactly when this album might be coming out. And I know I tried to search for a Spotify, Apple Music account for you. I didn't really find one. Is that something that's going to be available?
Dr. Luvbeatz is not on Spotify yet. As soon as the album drops, debut right there.
So I guess we'll try to wrap up here with, go ahead and drop your social media handles or website or whatever you want to promo here if you have any upcoming shows, whatever you have here in the future and let people find a way to reach out to you.
Okay, yeah. Everybody, you can find out more about Dr. Luvbeatz, where I'm playing, where I'm going to be at, when the music's coming out, on every platform, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. It's at DrLuvbeatz. Dr. Luvbeatz, y'all. Don't forget about it.
Oh, yeah, son. That is what's up. We had a good time talking with you. I'm speaking for Johnny again.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for having me on here. I'll be on the show anytime you'll have me. I will be on the show. You need it.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Yeah, we want to have some kind of weekly, monthly people calling in and checking in, little cameos.
We really appreciate you being on, and I love the two tracks. You're just saying, I'm seeing a little Beats and Keys collab happening.
Beats and Keys.
Hey, I'm already gonna say it. Let's go ahead and throw it out there now. Either the next Dr. Luvbeatz solo album or whoever's coming up next. Us three right here. Let's write an original song. Let's put it together. I'm throwing it out there.
Hey, look, that's another thing. I'll go ahead and tease that because at the end of every show, we're gonna once we have listeners, follow enough following and all that stuff. I'd like to do some sort of collaboration of the month where we literally do that. We get a couple of the artists that are in the area that either don't have a project going or are looking for, or even people that are busy. Fuck it, two people just collaborate for the fuck of it, man. It'd be fun to just get different music out there and in a semi-forced, not forced, but just something to kind of instigate and fuel a fire that might not have been otherwise, That
would be great. I love that idea. If anybody who needs some drums, just count Luvbeatz in. I'll bring you that Luvbeatz flavor.
Hell yes, sir. All right, buddy.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, man. We'll check in with you soon, Dr. Luvbeatz.
Thank y'all for doing this, and if we ever got to do, redo, shoot, whatever, I can even do it in person, whatever we need to do. Y'all keep doing this, though. This is great.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate it. That's definitely the goal once we get some stuff going, have people coming inside the actual studio and record on a mic, and Johnny will be more clear next time, too, because we're going to figure out all that audio, get it crystal clear here in the next future episodes. But thanks again, Ryan. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Talk to y'all soon. Thanks.
Mr. Keys, I think that was a good first interview.
By like 7 times.
Yeah, dude, what a great first guest. Really cool dude. Love his vibe, love his music. Really excited for him.
It was you could tell he's passionate about it, and he's been working on it for literally 33 years. That's the name of his album. So let us know what you think. Reach out to the the resources he gave you, the social media handles. I'll go ahead and edit this properly and right here for him better, so we can go ahead and do that. That's the whole point of these shows here, to help these artists out. Me and Johnny here are working on our own stuff, and like we mentioned earlier, we were in a band called The Will, but we're not, just to get this out of the way so people don't think it's going to turn into the let's promote our own fucking music podcast. Like, of course we want to record or promote our own music here, but we're going to be more than timid recording stuff or trying to promote my stuff in any sort of frequency and not feel like a douchebag. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously we're going to put others first. I would say if we ever have a rainy day where maybe we don't have an artist to submit, we can actually throw some of our stuff on there, because we do want to promote ourselves, but absolutely it's going to be everybody in front of us.
All right, with that being said, let's bring in our second guest, Matt Kschinka. We're calling. You there?
Are we on air?
We are on air.
And not on drugs.
Going well. Just so we know you're clear, can you go ahead and try to test your audio?
Sure.
All right. Well, I think you're pretty clear here, man. Would you mind introducing yourself for everybody?
My name's Matt Kschinka, and I am a musician and owner of Jack N Diane.
Jack N Diane's, and where are you guys located?
115 North Brown Street, 1 block off of Main Street.
All right, good deal. I know you only have a few minutes, man. I appreciate you joining us. I'm Ryan Stearns. This is Jonathan Williman, my co-host.
What's going on, man? Hey, how's it going?
Again, we're going to be getting this audio kind of fixed and corrected here in the editing, and the future shows we're going to be a little bit more smooth here. We're kind of just getting our feet wet. But anyway, man, we just wanted to reach out to local artists and venues in the area and help support the scene, man. We feel like that there's a dire need for that. There's a lot of talent in the area, even since, we were in a band several years ago and we had moderate success, but, we would like to see the scene continue to grow, and we know Jack N Diane's as a part of that. Do you want to promote any sort of events coming up for you guys, or any artists that...
Well, tonight we have a really good band. Band is called King's Ransom. They're local. I think you should probably have them on your show at some point.
King's Ransom, you said?
Yeah, King's Ransom. They're playing here tonight. They're playing some, covers, but they also sprinkle in their originals.
And you said it's rock? Is it like a subgenre specifically, or...
No, they're a little heavier than your standard rock band. They do have a little bit of a southern rock twang to them, but they've got some great originals they just released. They're really good. And I actually do some producing as well.
You do some producing?
I've been recording this girl. She's 14. Her name's Naomi. I can't really say too much more about it until it's released, but probably a couple more weeks we'll have our first single out. So,
oh, wow.
Dabble in the local music community, mostly with my passion is in production. Even though I own a piano bar and we play a lot of covers, I love working with up and coming artists and recording them and really trying to help them get off their feet, with a couple recordings and get them out there with some demos.
Well, that's awesome, man. I had no idea that you had that background as well. So that's good information, and that's kind of the main point of the show, is to kind of bring people together and collaborate and help build the scene as far as we can get it. There's so much talent around here, and it just sucks that I feel like Greenville's just kind of forgotten about, and some people end up resorting to moving away instead of trying to build it within. So yeah, is there any sort of social media handle or email that people can reach you for production or for booking, or for Jack N Diane specifically you would want to promote?
I think the best thing to reach us is info@jackanddianes.com. My name's Matt. I'm the only one that really all the emails come to my phone and I check them daily. So I think if anybody is interested in production and recording, then I can, I mainly work with singer-songwriters on that, not full but I can be reached at Jack N Diane's. I haven't really formed I kind of do that, under the radar. But,
okay.
if people are interested in booking, we don't necessarily book. We get a lot of emails from bands once they find out we have bands trying to book at Jack N Diane's. So we're not really a venue. We just kind of create events. So if somebody has an idea of an event they want to create within the local music, one idea that I've been throwing around with all these bar crawls going on is a local music bar crawl, which is something that maybe, if you guys wanted to do like a co-sponsor. So the idea is that you pay, $20 for a ticket, and you can go to DT's and see like somebody like Darby Wilcox, and then you go to Jack N Diane's and see the Piedmont Boys, and then you go to Sharky's and see, King's Ransom, and then you go see Jet at Smiley's. And the idea is that while the bands are changing, you're already at the next bar watching the next band, so there's actually no pause in the entertainment.
That is an awesome idea, man. I'm not just saying that. Yeah, that's something I would definitely love to endorse and promote, man. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's one of the things that kind of, push this, getting more in touch with more bands, is creating, this whole bar crawl, and then also combining with all these bar crawls doing local music. Then you can see all the local bands in one day,
Right. I mean, and
see 30 bands from noon till 8 at night.
Just like a a makeshift mini Fall for Greenville or what have you. Like, we could just, basically the people who aren't even coming out to seek it, they're going to be essentially forced to hear some good local music. I can't talk. Local music from all these venues, no matter where they step their foot into. So that's a great idea.
Yeah, so that's kind of in the I've gotten all the bars on board. It's just, and then the bands actually make money per musician based on how many people come and sign up and buy the pre-purchase the ticket. So each ticket, and so as more people sign up, we add more bands, which means the bands make more money per ticket sold. So
yeah, that's fantastic, man. And honestly, there's going to be a segment that we do every week kind of on local events too, more general kind of entertainment and events going on in the area. And I'd mentioned earlier with Johnny, I'd like to talk about comedy scene even a little bit too. And I've seen you do some performances, and you're a funny guy, man. And I'm sure you have a great sense of humor. And I don't know if you have any stories or experience from comedy in Greenville, but I haven't actually gone to any shows or anything like that yet. Have you?
Any comedy shows?
Yeah.
Or music shows?
Well, comedy shows as well, because like I said, there's going to be basically a general topic discussion where I would like to kind of comment on some comedy, because I just feel like it's another pure art form that's underutilized. But I just remember you being a funny guy.
The challenge with me right now is, with the sensitivity of people, like you can't, like my comedy is very,
Well, that's why I love it, man.
Off the cuff and dirty and embarrassing and offensive and, so I saw a clean comedian the other night. We had a charity event at Jack N Diane's, and they had comedians, and it was a PG event, and they were really funny, and I was like, how in the world can I be PG? It's interesting to try to think of how. But tomorrow I'm actually going to the Comedy Zone. It's funny you said that, because I've never actually been there.
Oh wow, that is weird. That's weird time. And yeah, I've never been. I want to go. Is there someone you're going to see, or you're just gonna check it out?
I don't even know. I can't even remember who it is. One of my friends was like, I'm really into, I'm really into stand-up. And I was like, hey, let's go to the Comedy Zone, because she was having a rough week, with all this COVID stuff going on. People are depressed, and I was like, let's go watch some stand-up live. And when I looked the guy, I'm not sure, but I looked the guy up, and he's famous for offending people on social media. He's said some really, really dark things to some celebrities online.
I was like, I've got to go see this.
Oh no!
Look him up, and he's playing. He's like the headliner tomorrow in the Comedy Zone. Look him up. Google his name. The first thing that's going to come up is like the stories on how he's like been, like blacklisted from Hollywood because he's offended celebrities out there.
Well, yeah, that sounds like it's going to be interesting nonetheless, man. So we'll check that out.
Yeah. So sorry for going off the.
Oh no, hey man, I started that one. That's normally what I do. Just kind of off the rails there, but. Well, hey man, we'll let you go. I know you got only a few minutes here, so I appreciate you talking with us, and I'll email you and send you this before we actually get it out there and all that good stuff, man. But
awesome, I appreciate it.
Any last things you wanted to plug, or social media handles, websites, anything like that, phone numbers?
No, we do the dueling piano show at Jack N Diane's every Friday and Saturday from 6:30 to 2. It's been hopefully the COVID stuff is ending and people are ready to get back out there. We've started picking up, and we're doing this Thursday rock night at the bar, and I think we have King's Ransom for the next 3 weeks, and then Randemonium is coming out for I think last weekend and last Thursday of May and the first Thursday in June.
You said Randemonium?
Randemonium is a cover band in town, and they're really, really good. So we're doing King's Ransom for, like I said, for the rest of May, except for the last weekend in May. Randemonium's coming, and then the week after, Randemonium is playing again. So.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. Well, the reason my awesome was cut off there is because the very last part of the interview, last couple seconds there were cut off. I just want to go ahead and thank Matt Kschinka for being on, and we appreciate him giving us a little bit of insight there in that bar crawl idea. We're going to have to get into that because that definitely sounds like a great idea. Maybe we'll bring that back up on the next podcast. All right. To wrap up here, we're going to start a segment like we mentioned earlier called Artist Connection. So if any of you guys are bassists, guitarists, drummers, piano players, singers, songwriters, drummers, I might have said that already. Fuck it, drummers, one more time. DJs, there's a void of drummers, more drummers.
Fucking, how about fire dancers?
Fire dancers, fucking, what are those twirling things? Color guard, I don't know. No, not that one. But anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. All artists, it's just a big database of artists, basically, is the idea for this segment. And just submit whatever instrument you played and what you're looking for to our email, which is upstatemusicmine@gmail.com. That's where we take all submissions for artist entries if you want to be on the show, for venue entries as well. If you're associated with a venue, let us know if you're the owner or the GM or someone who can represent the company. And if you're just an artist who wants to get your stuff played or get an interview, submit your stuff, at least your general info, if you got a lot of hair. Just send us the general info. We don't need a big description. Just send us your artist's name, the song title, maybe a very brief bio. But that's all we really need, and we'll reach back out to you. Johnny, do you want to talk about? Well, let's see. I have the events pulled up here. So we're basically gonna tell you guys everything that we kind of have here at our fingertips. As far as events, and if you guys want to submit events to that same email, upstatemusicmine@gmail.com, we can add to the calendar and make sure we put it on future shows if you get it to us in time. All right, so this Monday, it looks like Mondays are kind of open mic nights, and I want to say Smiley's is every single Monday. They do that as well, but according to the calendar, we have an open mic at Growler House, Fountain Inn, and then an open mic at Carolina Bowen House, Ales. That's from 6 to 9, and I'm sorry, the one at Growler House Fountain Inn is at 7:30. For Tuesday, there is a list of shows here for us. The Time Pilots at the Spinning Jenny. And Johnny, you said that was in Greer?
Yes, sir. That is in Greer.
Okay. Look up the Freight Yard for me here, and I apologize to these venues and artists that we're not familiar with. We're hopefully become familiar with you very quickly.
And the Freight Yard is a really cool hangout out in Spartanburg.
Okay, well, the Freight Yard is also hosting on Tuesday Jam Night. And it's listed twice, but both says 7 p.m., so that just must be a repeat for no reason. But Jam Night at the Freight Yard, I would like to look into that. It's probably exactly what it sounds like. It's probably a nice little collaboration.
Like a cool little open jam session.
Yeah, a little open jam, bring your instrument kind of thing. All right, so Wednesday, there seems to be some karaoke. That's par for the course. Karaoke at Dugout Sports Lounge, 7 p.m., the Black River Rebels is a band that's playing at Harley Davidson of Greenville at 7 p.m. Johnny, we played at a dealership one time.
Oh my God, Steve White.
It was Steve White. Drivers. All right, I don't know if there's copyright for that, but anyway. But yeah, that was a hilarious event. They had it sponsored with barbecue. It was like 1 p.m. on a random ass Saturday, and we had like 15 people show up because it was a weird show.
Telling you, we have played some weird random shit.
We played some random damn shows out there. All right, so to keep power through in here, David Rodriguez and the Latin Caravan at Peace Center. So that is going to be a bigger show there. That's from 6 to 9. Also Wednesday. This is May 5th, Wednesday. I should have prefaced that, even though it's all this week here. Randomonium at Gather Greenville. That's actually someone that Matt was talking about. The owner, Jack N Diane's, mentioned to us. And they're going to be at Gather Greenville at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday. And let's see, Widow Lake at Ruben's Food and Spirits. Man, I got to go to that place because I have a buddy named Ruben, and you know what? I'm not allowed to probably say half the shit on the air what I would say about him, but well, I'll check the regulations, and I'll make sure the jokes push the envelope. They're called Widow Lake.
I've actually seen them.
You've seen Widow Lake.
Kind of opened for them. Me and my friend Brandon and Zach played at this little festival, and they were there. They're pretty cool, man. They're kind of grungy, but the vocalist was superb.
Awesome. Okay. Well, cool, man. So people are gonna have to check that out. And like female-led bands, of course, they stand out. Always enjoy those. Let's see. Thursday, there's live jazz at Topsoil Kitchen and Market, 6:30 to 8:30. This is hilarious, and I'm sorry to say that. I'm sure you guys are a great band. Pinky Doodle Poodle at Fireforge Crafted Beer at 7 p.m. And then Alonzo Wesley at Red Horse Inn from 7 to 9 p.m. Rob Seal at the Tasting Room at 6 p.m.
Steel Marine Life.
And Lindsay Pruitt of John Stickley Trio at Quest Brewing Company, and that's at 7 p.m. on Thursday. They're on Friday. I'm going to have to power through these, Johnny. I don't know how long this segment should take, honestly. We'll get your feedback on the episodes here and see what you guys want to listen to. I mean, we could get... Well, we can just do a quick rundown because these side little anecdotes, I mean, maybe we can just kind of edit those or whatever, but let's do a quick rundown here. Friday night, Alice Drive at Growler House Anderson. Brown Mountain Lightning Bugs at Fireforge Crafted Beer at 7 p.m. Alice Drive was 7 to 10 p.m., by the way, sorry. Travis Tritt at Heritage Park Amphitheater at 6:15. That's a bigger show right there, obviously, right? Randomonium again at Powdersville Pub, 8 p.m. Downtown Abbey, or is it down... No, it is Downtown Abbey and the Echoes at Red Horse Inn, 6 to 9. Johnny's familiar with those guys. Flip Turn at Quest Brewing Company at 7 p.m. The Company Stores at the Radio Room at 8. The Grateful Brothers at Got Rocks at 10. Karaoke at Turn 1, Sports and Spirits at 8:30. All right, Saturday, Sam Birchfield at the Radio Room at 8. David Edwards Band at Powdersville Pub at 9. Two Greer Boys at Red Horse Inn, from 2 to 4 p.m. Red Horse Inn from 2 to 4 p.m. Wow. Claire Beverly at Red Horse Inn, 7 to 9 p.m. I guess Red Horse Inn is just putting on some shows. Susanna McFarlane at Fireforge Crafted Beer at 6:30. Sundrive Vibes at Quest Brewing Company, 7 p.m. How do we not segment off of that? We gotta tell a story about Sundrive Vibes later. Okay. Zach Fowler, man, I met him in college a long time ago, the lead singer of that band. Johnny, you remember him?
Oh, hell yeah, I love Zach.
All right, we'll get into that later. Anyway, they're playing Saturday at 7 p.m. at Quest Brewing Company. The Full Effect at Pour Tap Room at 9 p.m. And Widow Lake, there they are again, at the Depot at 8 p.m. All right, really quick, Sunday to wrap up the week, Jameson Smith at Delaney's Irish Pub in Spartanburg at 6 p.m. So that is this week's music lineup here locally. A lot of good ones in there.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of good ones. I'm really glad that things are starting to open back up and kind of get to normal, and bands are starting to be able to play again.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Again, we want to thank both the guests for being on the show, Dr. Luvbeatz and Matt Kschinka, the owner of Jack N Diane's. Be on the lookout for Dr. Luvbeatz's new album and for the events going on at Jack N Diane's. We want to thank them for being on the show. Shoot us an email with any questions or submissions, inquiries, etc. At upstatemusicmine@gmail.com. Johnny, is there anything else that we kind of want to say before we sign off here for the first official pilot episode?
Yeah, I would just say please share us with your friends, fellow musicians, parents, whoever, second cousins. Please just share our podcast, because it's really about getting a big audience for these business owners, venue owners, musicians, and artists, so that we can spread their music out, spread their venues out, and get the word out about these people and these places, because that's what it's all about. It's really not about us getting plays or views or anything like that, although we'll take them. But it's really about the artists and the venues, and really promoting Greenville, not just Greenville, but the whole upstate, maybe even some of tri-state areas with North Carolina, maybe Charlotte, Asheville, down in Atlanta, down towards the coast, Charleston, Myrtle Beach. We really want to kind of grow the whole Southeast music scene, our platform to kind of grow the music scene around the Southeast. So please share us. I know we're going to get an Instagram account, YouTube channel. We'll probably have a Facebook page. So we'll have all kinds of social media outlets here in the near future, for you to share, with your friends and family, and really help this thing to grow.
Just for the artists and the music scene here, I mean, we have been a part of that for most of our lives now, or half of them, and trying to give something back to them. We of course want to get our music out there at the same time, but as I said, man, we're not going to be we're going to be very douche conscious, and I'm not going to be putting my stuff on here, or Johnny's not going to be putting his stuff on here, unless it's just a natural segment, and it adds to the credibility of the show. And we want to support all the local artists that want to support us back, man. So let's hope this gets rolling. Even if we only have 10 people listen to it, 10 artists sign up, whatever have you, that's 10 more years, man. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know, what contact, what connection you're going to run into that could change your life, that could open that next door that you need.
It's very true. No one knows that better than me and you.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, a lot of things kind of fell into our lap. We were fortunate, but we did work for a lot of it. But, I mean, we were very fortunate to have some of the connections we did. And, my cousin Mason Jennings is still one of my biggest influences and music idols, or what have you, whatever you want to call him. I mean, he's a brilliant artist, and he's been an inspiration for me, and you guys should check out his stuff. He's not local, of course, but Mason Jennings was a big part of my musical upcoming. Anyway, so I have a quick story though. Speaking of that, if it's only a few people that hear this, even 3, 4, 5 people, I mean, that would not be great, but whatever. I only have talked to like one random person in the last week and a half about my music, and that was a random person at the bar. And Johnny, do you know who that person ended up being?
A bar in downtown Greenville? Oh my God.
I'll give you a hint. Dun, 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 dun. Do you know what that is? Oh, yes, you do. Hold on. We got to let Johnny figure this out, because I talked to this guy. Look, he was... Okay, so this guy was like just in the middle of a busy night at the bar. I started talking to him and started talking about kind of what we were doing. He didn't get into specifics, but he said he was in town for business. He was in entertainment, which was interesting. And he kind of was drilling me on my music and putting me on the spot, but like in a productive way, and I was like, I know this guy is somebody. Anyway, so he gives me his email, and I give him my information, and He actually put his earbuds on me and let me listen to a song, and it was the fucking song from Step Brothers at the fucking Catalina wine mixer. It was that like opera song. He said he like helped discover this Andrea Bocelli or whatever. I'm so sorry I'm messing that guy's name up if I did, but anyway, I go home and look at this guy's name up. His credit card was under Jason Geiger. His email was Austin St. John. He is the do. Johnny, come on, man. It was a show in the 90s. It was an action show bro. He was the Red Ranger. He was the fucking Power Ranger, bro.
No fucking way. You met the fucking Red
I
Ranger?
met Jason, and his actual first name is really Jason. But yes, the Red Power Ranger, Austin St. John. I am so I'm so glad I didn't know who he was, because while he was like assessing me and I was talking about specifically what I'm doing and all this shit, I was just like trying to make sure I came across intelligent and professional and serious, but I still didn't know who the fuck he was. And I remember before I was like, oh man, whatever, who is this guy? Like, I didn't really think much of it, I guess, kind of when I went to bed. But then when I looked him up the next day, I was like, that is hilarious.
Yeah, it's too bad you didn't recognize him, because you could have took his credit card after like paid for his drinks or whatever, and took it and handed it back to him like with your hand held out and be like, it's
I know.
morphin'
You
time.
probably have to pay $50 per It's Morphin Time from him now. But the dude put his earbuds, like the ones that loop around, he put them on my earbuds that get all, I don't know. I appreciated his his hospitality or whatever you want to call that, man.
That's crazy, man. That's
Our ears made out. And like that should be a tagline for this podcast. Our ears made out. It still sounds kind of weird. Anyway, what were we saying?
I mean, I would just been like, yo, dude, what's Amy Jo Johnson up to nowadays? Because, I mean, she was like my first crush, dude.
Oh, my goodness. You talking about the Pink Ranger, I'm assuming. Woo, girl. I'm... Her and the chick from Saved by the Bell. What's her name?
yeah, dude. And Topanga, bro. Topanga. There's so many, bro.
Topanga?
Winnie from
Winnie Cooper. That was dude. Because Kevin Arnold was my fucking dude. So yeah. All right, bro. Well, I think that was a solid fucking first show, man. I'm gonna edit this, get this nice and edited to the point to where it's tolerable, and they don't have to hear me fucking ramble too much. Hopefully we can get some good mixes in the audio, but I think at least the interview audios are going to be good, and those interviews I think were interesting, and they went well, man. I'm happy. All right, well, that'll do it for this week, man. I guess if there's any other closing thoughts, I don't think I have anything else, man. I think we covered everything.
Sounds great, and looking forward to it next week.
All right. So that's Upstate Music Mine at gmail.com. If you have any questions or submissions, please, artists, send us all your goods. We want to promote you. We want to get you out there. We want to get you in as many ears as possible. And thank all of you beautiful people for listening to Upstate Music Mine Podcast, and for bearing with us here in our debut episode. Tune in next week. Thank you. Goodbye.